G'day guys, welcome back to Off-Piste Campers. This is the third video in our setup series. We've already discussed removing the camper off the vehicle and getting the camper dead level using the independent air suspension. So now what we're going to do is show you how easy it is to set the camper up in the main camper section, which is the rear tent, and the front little awning section, which sits over the Delta box. There's a total of 5 poles to put up. 2 of them are on the spreader poles for the rear of the trailer, and then we have 3 poles which are incorporated with setting up the front part of the annex. Now, if you are setting up the kids tent, just bear in mind the kids portion of the camper is actually sitting on the ground. So even though there can be rocks underneath where you're setting the main part of the camper up, if you're setting the kids tent up, it is on the grass or it is on the ground, so you just got to make sure that anything is clear of rocks and debris from them behind the camper. It'll go out about 2.5 metres, and the kids' room will go out about another 2,300 beyond that, 1.6 metres wide. So it's all level, it's all set up. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all 3 latches off. There's 3 latches on either side, so I'll disconnect all 3 of these. Sarah's helping me on the other side. You can do this with one person. It would just involve me walking to the other side of the trailer and coming back to this side. So it is a lot easier with 2 people. The second thing we'll do is we'll remove the barrel bolt and we'll lock it in its open position, because we'll need to reinstall this once the rack is down on the floor. Third thing, we'll lift the rack up and we'll push it, big push, up and over. And then we pull it down and we allow the floor to be lifted up. I'm not pushing down too hard, it's only very little with 3 fingers or so, but it does cantilever and pull the base of the camper up off the trailer. If we pull it down a little bit, beautiful, and then all we do is we grab the floor of the trailer, push it out, give it a bit of a pull. Here is going to help me on the other side, beautiful, and it'll come down, and you'll feel it'll continue to go down to a point which is about there. It doesn't want to go any further, and that's pretty close to its 90-degree angle. You use one hand, you hold the floor up, reinstall the barrel bolt. While you're there, you can let the little foot down. So that's done on this side. Looks like Sarah's good to go on her side. I've got one more to do over here, which is down and locked. Beautiful. Right, so the next thing that we've got to do is set up the spreader poles inside. We'll push this section out. There's your 2 spreader poles. Pretty simple. These go on this pole here, and then they push the rear pole out. Alright, so that's set up. Now the front of the annex, we've got 2 poles that will hold the annex up, 2 cam buckle straps, one for either side, and a spreader pole. So first thing you do is you can extend the poles out to about yay long. It's about probably 3/4 of a foot sticking out the back end, and there's little slots to put them in. Looks like Sarah's already done hers. And then we can put the spreader pole on. There we go. And we leave that unlocked, and before we pull the actual tent over the top there, we grab the cam buckle, and this makes it so much easier. So this will sit on top of the canvas. We're just going to hang it there for the time being, so I can use the 2 hands to run it through the front stone guard. And all I want to do is just attach it really loosely, just like that. Piece of cake. Sarah's got, and we'll stick it down this way actually, and then just use one hand, tighten it down. It's locked in place. And what we normally do, if it is raining, we'll just get all the water to run off to the back side. At the moment, this looks like it'll run off towards the kitchen area, which is probably not really where you want it to. You may want it to run off this way, you may not. So to change the angle on the other side, we'll loosen this one off. We'll reach right down with one hand and we'll twist the pole, raise this one up, lock it back in place, make it a little bit tighter. what Sarah will do, or I'll give Sarah a hand on this side, is again you reach down, twist the pole, lower it down a little bit, tighten it up, hold the top with one hand, pull it down. So now the water's going to run off to the back side of the trailer and not potentially flood your little kitchen area here. Next thing you do, as we go around, Sarah's going to reach in and just push these down past the fans. And if this is really hard, if it's very hard to get this over the edge, just check this little corner isn't caught up like that. If it is, just pull it out, come back over to the left hand side here, and you'll be able to pull it down nice and easy. What I tend to do at this point is I grab these two little latches, and I just tuck them up and under, because this is where the annex extension poles will go in, and these two little latches, and all the canvas does is hold them out of the way, and we've already done the back side. So there you go. It's all set up, a couple of minutes, you could hop into that and go straight to sleep now if you wanted to. Beautiful guys, awesome.